So this is the wrap-up for the live market open for Thursday, May 12th. This is Super Thursday in the UK. We'll reach that in a moment. What's going on in markets? Currently, in markets are relatively mixed. The US dollar weakness it depends on the currency. Oil is recovering because we had falling inventories. We had a big drive higher in oil prices towards the high end of the range. In emerging markets in Brazil, the Senate is about to impeach President Rousseff. I don't think her successor will be much better. Certainly not less corrupt. There's high demand for Japanese bonds. They're positive only from 15 years onwards. If you want to lend money to the Japanese government, you have to wait 15 years to get a positive return on investment. And of course, the pound is in focus. So it's Super Thursday for the pound. 3 events: rate decision, no changes expected. There's a clear consensus. Then we have the meeting minutes. First of all, the voting pattern expected to remain 9 against 0, a unanimous vote to leave rates unchanged and leave the QE program unchanged. There is a small chance, outside chance, that one member will vote for a rate cut, and that could, of course, be pound negative. And then we have to watch out for the text in the meeting minutes and the text of the quarterly inflation report. That's why it's Super Thursday, because we have the quarterly inflation report only once every 3 months. Makes sense, once a quarter. Forecasts for the future, inflation, growth, uncertainty over Brexit, already the impact that the referendum already has on the economy. All these will be watched for the pound, for their assessment of the economy and forecasts for their actions, and more importantly, less importantly for markets, but it'll make bigger headlines, the impact on politics, if they support the Remain campaign, how much they talk about uncertainty. I'm sure that both camps will grab this, the text of the Bank of England, and take it to their direction. At 11 GMT, we have the decision. 15 minutes earlier, begin the live coverage. You're welcome to join us on the new FX Rate website. And then at 1:45, I think after the coverage ends, there's a press conference by Mark Carney. All in all, it's going to be sort of a long day in the office for the pound. Okay. Now, talking about the pound, currently 144.20, 145, I would say 145.10 is resistance, 143.70 is support, further support 142.80, and further resistance 145.80 as well. I hope we'll have lots of action there. Euro dollar, very frustrating range, 114.10 at the moment. Hugging this level at 114.60 is strong resistance, a line of high importance in 2015, also 2016. 113.35 is support, but perhaps 113.60 comes before that. That was the low of the week. Dollar yen settling above 108.20. 110 is strong resistance. 107.65 is strong support. So the dollar is gaining fresh strength against the yen after weakening yesterday. Dollar CAD. Canadian dollar enjoyed a rally. Dollar CAD fell to 128.30 on oil prices. Now we're seeing it getting back to range. 128.30, 129.30, 130, and 127.50 are lines I'm looking at. Australian dollar does not manage to recover, shows a lot of weakness. It did recover with commodity prices, but never went anywhere fast. Watch out for the round 73 level for a break to the downside. Lots of pressure on the Australian dollar since last week. 72.20 is the next line of support. And the Kiwi is looking better because the Reserve Bank of New Zealand did not hint about rate cuts. We do have in New Zealand at 10:45 GMT the retail sales report, which is a quarterly one and should have a big impact on the New Zealand dollar. Okay, so apart from the Bank of England, which we talked about in detail in the show and also in the wrap, we do have industrial output in the Eurozone. and jobless claims and import prices in the United States. We'll need, as always, figures to go in both in the same direction in order to have an impact. And we have a few Fed speakers, but there's only one, perhaps two Fed speakers that are important. First and foremost, Yellen, and then Bill Dudley, and they have been dovish, so I would mostly ignore hawkish comments. But it doesn't mean the dollar is weak. The dollar is still the cleanest shirt in the dirty pile. I believe my bias for the Bank of England is that they'll keep the pound in the dirty pile. They'll be relatively worried about the global economy, the UK economy, inflation, sort of see the glass half empty rather than half full. Okay, before we head off, that was the wrap up for today. Before we head off, I see